Because I would.
Do you want to get married?
Today,
are we getting married today, or
we'll go to the courthouse immediately.
And I don't know what the next word is. I'm
like
just gonna
blah
give
blah
it
blah
to
blah
you in
blah.
English.
Bread lottery situation, which is basically being like, if you want a chance to win X amount of cash, you need to subscribe to my OnlyFans. And
Yeah.
like a lot of these people are like quite young. Like I said, like it's not just those two rappers. It's also the producers in the room. It's the women. There's so many like varying factors around these people. They're constantly hanging out with an entourage. People talk. So clearly there's got to be a little something to the beef, because like
No. I think there is some real. What's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of the Bittersweet Podcast. It's your girl Wintana, and I'm back. I'm officially back after, I know I told you guys a month, but you know, it was a little bit longer than that. It's been like 6 weeks, I think, since 5 weeks, I want to say, since I've recorded, which is crazy because like obviously this is a weekly show. I missed you guys. I missed recording. I missed being in Melbourne. But your girl was on holiday, guys. I was out the country. I was in Ethiopia, living it up. It was like diaspora season. There was just so much happening.
just catching flights.
I was catching flights. I was getting out the country.
Passport
out. And I needed it. Like last year was such a big year for me for Bittersweet that I felt like I needed to just, like I was actually done. My brain was fried. And I needed to just switch off. And it was like the perfect place to do that. Like my family are from Aksum, which is like the north part of Ethiopia, Tigray. And so it was like a bit of that, which was wholesome, chilling. And then Addis Ababa, which was, we're going to get into that. But yeah, it's been blessed. It's been nice coming back to Melbourne and being back on the podcast. We've got an exciting guest in the studio today, guys. Content creator, marketing girlie, Brooke.
God. Hi.
You might have seen her on your TikToks yapping away. We've got a certified yapper on the show today.
Do you know what? It's two yappers. You're in luck. You're welcome.
We've been yapping off camera for a minute, and now we're about to bring it to the show.
I was like, "Ooh, we should save this," but then I was like, "Wait, no,
let's talk it.
We'll do it again.
We'll do it again.
We'll just yap for you.
How are you?
I'm good.
Yeah.
Like, it's 2025, bro. Like, what?
Girl.
How do we get here?
Why are we here?
Do you know when the year starts to feel a little too serious, like when you say it out loud? I was like, ooh,
that's
it feels
how
serious.
Like, but now I feel like I'm also at the point where I'm not surprised anymore. Like another year, I'm like, yeah, we're just really in the future.
The older I get, I'm like, let's go.
Yeah.
Well, I'm so excited. Like I know people are like, oh, like I don't want to get older. Like I don't want to hit like whatever, like my 30s or whatever. I'm like, nah, bring it on. Like,
I'm excited. I'm excited for. The thing is, I'm excited for this year because I want things to be more like, I just want things to change a little bit. Like this trip overseas made me feel like I need to get out the country.
Reset.
It's time to see some new things in this life.
You get used to like your usual.
You get used to being, and I feel like, I don't know if it's Melbourne or probably a lot of people feel this about where they're from, but like you're really stuck in a bubble.
Hell
and
yeah.
like it's like you have your ecosystem, you've got your people and all the things that you guys are doing, and it's great.
It takes a lot for people to actually branch out of that. Like if you're gonna branch out, it feels a lot.
It's so your world, you know what I mean? And it's like, how do you? Once you step out, you're like, oh wow, I'm really like this speck.
Yeah, I was like, oh, I didn't even know this existed. Like I know people even like in Melbourne, like they'll be like, oh, I didn't even know that existed. Like,
oh
like,
my God,
you're stuck in your bubble.
You're in your
routine,
bubble.
which is fine. But like sometimes you got to break out of routine. Do something different.
100%.
And if you're not gonna do that, like get out of the country.
I was such a Melbourne hater. Oh
no,
my God. When I was on this
stan.
trip, I was the biggest hater. I was like, oh my God, Melbourne people.
No, I'm a stan.
Every time I'd see someone's story, I was swept. Like,
I feel like Drake the way I rep my city. Like
No. I love Melbourne.
Oh,
I
but
was
like,
I think I had enough.
You were like, anyways,
My
I'm out the country.
So full,
Screw
but
that.
I'm like, yeah, when I'm out the country, I'm a new person. You guys don't know me.
Where am I from? Not from anywhere.
Are you joking? Hello.
Where am I from? I only catch flights.
I don't know who you are.
I'm a roamer.
Yeah.
That's the way though. That's the vibes.
Certified world traveler.
But like 2025, like I'm keen. Like
you need to do a trip. Or you were saying I posted something and you were like, you need to do a trip to Ethiopia. Actually, we were talking off
Ethiopian.
camera.
For people that don't know, I'm Ethiopian. Like full Ethiopian. Both my parents are, but I'm born here.
Yeah.
And like I am dying to go back. I didn't go back. Like the last time I went back was like 2019, just before COVID. Like literally a couple months later, they were like,
"Oh,
COVID."
At the same time.
Yeah. It was like peak. Oh, did you go like during Timkat?
That was the time I was there now. Yeah. Pretty much.
Yeah. So we went during that. time, and that's like my favorite time. We went for 8 weeks. We
Oh,
always
I
go
love
for like
that.
a long
Yeah, it's always
2
a
months.
long time, yeah.
Because like, what am I paying all those money for the flights for? Are you joking? Like, I'm
The
gonna
thing is, though, I
spend my
feel like
time
that's
there.
such a. I get you, but now in this adulthood life, like, do you have the time?
I know. I'm just like, I'm gonna take 8 weeks off from my job. Crazy.
Yeah, it's
with my
crazy.
responsibilities.
That could never
I
happen
don't
now.
think so, actually. No.
That could never happen now, babe.
No. But I do want to go back. Like, I've been itching to go back. And like, you know, people getting older, like, you know.
Your family's
there. Like, I don't have as much family here. And so, like, I really want to like
Go back.
reconnect. And
I
be
get
like,
that.
I love my people.
It's really beautiful, and it's such
The air's different. They
call it aura. They'd be like aura, and I was like, what? They'll be like,
But
yeah,
it's
the air.
real,
It's so
though.
true. Like the air. It's not even the air. It's the energy. And I
different.
personally feel like I've always been like, yeah, I would live in Africa. But it's like, you don't know Africa, babe. You don't know
her.
But I went this time around, and I'm like, genuinely, if I can see myself like setting something out there or setting something up for myself where I can like work, I don't know, remotely or something, I could definitely see myself doing like 6 months or something.
Bad. I would
Because
love
it's
to. Even like 3.
Even
3
like
months.
a
Short 3 months.
3 months is, babe, that's a holiday.
I know,
You've done holidays
you're right,
for 3
you're right.
months. I'm
But not
talking
without my
about-
responsibilities, like I said.
That's what I'm saying. But even
6 months
longer,
I could
I feel
do.
like I would trial 6 months, and then if I could do longer, then I would do it because it's just a different energy. People on a different time.
Especially
Like,
if you have family there. Like,
and
I think it's a
yeah.
little bit more, you got a little bit more leg room to work with because I guess they're there to help you and they can bridge that gap. Like if you don't speak the language or if you don't speak it super, super well,
Yeah.
they can help. They've got connections. They got other family members. They got friends. They got everybody. So like
they have everybody, yeah.
you can
The only thing
make it
is, I
work.
will say, is that we have such a convenient lifestyle here.
Real
And when I was there, the first week,
struggle.
babe, my
Struggle.
patience was being tested.
Struggle.
I was like, can we do this now?
Like today?
Yeah, like today. You know,
Like, right this
and
second.
I'm just like, Wintana, you need to take it easy. You need to chill because, yeah, it was just like
Even the roads,
they
like,
move
everything is
slower.
so quick.
Everything is, yeah, it's not as convenient. But just in general, like I went to Aksum, which was
I'd love to go.
Aksum is this is fun. This is a good time.
Yeah.
But it's chaotic.
Yep.
It's busy. It's like
My
you're
parents want
so
us to go that way.
overstimulated. And I remember every time I used to go, I used to be like kind of anti-Addis because it would be like too much for me. And we'd spend most of our time in
It is
Aksum,
very
right?
like Mahal Katama. Like it's very middle of the city. Like it's very,
and it's just a lot of people. It's crazy, and you just feel exhausted. And so, but this time I was there, and my friends came. I had a friend that I hadn't seen for like I'd seen her here and there throughout the years, but we were really close.
Yeah.
She moved to Alice Springs, and
Whoa.
so we haven't
Big change.
Big change.
Switch up.
Shout out to E and Lydia. I love them. They were like my little travel buddies. And Rahel was there too.
Gorge.
Rahel was like revisiting her family and everything. So it was beautiful. And so it was just really cute. Like we all just got along really well. We had such a good time. And then, so Addis was a different experience for me because I was there with my friends. You know what I mean? But
That's
in the
such
past, I've been
different-
there
with,
with
like, family,
family.
your parents.
So there's that. And then there's just this whole like diaspora, like everybody from different states are there, countries. So you've got like Canada, America, UK.
It's so wild. And then when you see like when you go to the tourist spots and you see like white people and you're like, that's crazy.
Yeah, what
You
do you
know
mean?
about
There's
this?
actually a restaurant called Castelli's in Addis Ababa, and the lady there, I think she's an Italian woman that owns the
Crazy.
restaurant. Tell me why I'm hearing her speak Amharic.
Those
it.
okay, I don't know if anybody else's parents watch those videos, but my parents love to watch those videos about like literally like people who are 100% not from here and they're speaking like full native Amharic. And literally I'm sitting there, I'm just like, that's crazy. My mom loves to watch those videos. Like my parents love to watch
Babe,
those
me
videos.
and my friends were in Deminesh, and we like
Yeah,
don't speak
bad.
a hint of like,
You're like
the way
struggle
I'm going
town.
to the room service. I'm trying to order something.
She's there
I'm
clocking
butchering.
you guys. Like she's there
My
like
friends
okay.
laughing, like, what are you saying? Bro? I was like, I don't know. I'm trying.
I'm doing my best.
My Tigrinya, I will say this, my Tigrinya is better. And when I went to Aksum, people were very impressed. They were like, "Oh,
They're
you
like,
speak
okay,
little-
a
yes,
local
little
babe,
one too,"
a local babe.
One of the guys who drive a Bajaj, you know, like the Bajaj,
yeah.
they have the little cars. He was like to me, you know what's like? He's like, where are you? Like you don't speak the way we speak, like clean. Like how do you speak?
Yeah.
But even that to me, babe, that was a compliment because you don't think I'm a foreigner.
Yeah.
You think
you speak like a local.
Yeah, you think I'm
speak like slang.
on local level, but you
Yeah.
don't think. And he was like, you know, I think my pronunciation is good. It's just I don't know. I have shortage of words. Like, I don't know. I
It's
don't
like
know how to.
sometimes it's what, like, I guess, like, similar to like people that speak Spanish and they go Spanglish and they do a little bit English here and a bit where you just kind of like throw in an English word because it's just easier.
Yeah, babe. I'm
like,
talking,
ooh.
and I don't know what the next word is. I'm
like,
just gonna
blah,
give
blah,
it
blah,
to you in
blah, bread.
English. Yeah.
Blah, 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 blah. I'm like, what else am I gonna do?
And my
Like,
grandma's like, okay.
she's like, sure.
I'll be talking to them, then I just switch to an English sentence and they have no idea what I'm saying, but I'm tired. Actually, it's really hard
Fatigue.
It's really
It's a lot
hard
of brain
to like,
power.
it is a lot of brain power because you're thinking like, what word is it? Or I'm trying to like, I'm piecing together memories from conversations with my parents and
I'm literally sitting there like trying to rifle through my like vocabulary being like, there's gotta be, I know what the word is for this. And if my parents said it, I would know what it is.
Yeah.
I just can't think of it.
I just don't know how to say it.
Or like, sometimes it's like I know what I can hear it,
Yeah.
but like it's the pronunciation. I don't forget about it. I don't know what's
Exactly.
going on, but it is what it is.
It is what it is, but like
We're also not from there. Like we're not born there, so you have to extend yourself grace.
We 100%.
You have to extend yourself so much. Like I have such broken Amharic, such broken Amharic. It's bad, but I try my best. I had an Uber driver in Melbourne who was speaking to me in Amharic, and I was struggling, but I was doing
the
my
fact
best.
that you can do it is enough.
I was like, oh, you know what? I can get by. Like you kind of know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And like I'll throw in a couple words here and there, but like, please be gentle with me. I'm trying. Like,
Yeah, I get it. I really and the thing is, my family they were. So I spent some of my time in Addis, most of my time in Aksum. It was like
how'd you get to Aksum?
still flight.
True.
What a flight, yeah. And then it was just still. It was just like, if you need to go somewhere to switch off, like that is the place. It's just beautiful, you know. And obviously, like a lot of people have been impacted, like post-war. You can feel it, but the city is just
The country's beautiful. Like we went into the depths of Oromo country, and it was beautiful because my uncle lives there, and it was just the most like still beautiful. I have a photo of me sitting in the midst of like just like a paddock and like this one beautiful tree.
And that's what it's
it. And I was
like.
just like literally in a piece, bro. I'm telling you, like if I had to go back to one place, there's only like 2 places in the world that I would go to like shut off. It's like the beach, and like there. And
that's how I felt. I was like, there's no way. I feel like Aksum is the only place that will make me feel this like level of peace.
It's like your mind is silent.
Your mind is
how to
not even.
explain
It's
it.
like I feel very just. It's like, yeah, your mind is silent, but you're calm. Like I have no worries. I was just strolling. I wake up. What am I gonna do?
You're not
Woke up,
thinking about anything. You
go to
just,
my
like,
grandma's house. Coffee on the side of the road everywhere. This is the type of living that
Shout
I
out to my
want.
grandma because there's a lady that does that outside, like, oh, where is it? Mikhail, like in the middle of the city.
Yeah.
Shout out to that lady that does that because she's a G. She literally supplies so much coffee to the greater public. Legend.
Love it.
All those ladies that do the coffee on the side of the road, G's.
Love them.
Every single one of
Love them. You're doing God's work.
So, seriously.
Okay, let's quickly move on to icebreaker. We're going to get through this episode. There's a few things.
Go. Yeah, there's agenda.
The icebreaker that I want to go into today is Valentine's Day edition. Like, obviously, the girls are wearing red. It's Valentine's week, you know?
Valentine's Day nails. Come on.
So I want to figure out what is your love language. And I've got a bunch of scenarios, and I want you to respond to either I love them
I love
or
this.
you're not my man. Okay?
Wait, what's the first one?
I love you
Oh, I
or you're
love
not
you
my
or you're
man.
not
I
my
said
man.
I love them, but like I love you or you're not my man.
Okay.
I made dinner reservations and sent it as an invite.
I'm going to go with I love you because I'm a busy girl and that Google Calendar is something hectic. So, like, I'll take that.
Yeah, I like that. Okay. I like that too. Filled up your car with petrol because noticed it was running low.
Oh, I love you. I hate filling up my car. And that girl be empty all the time because I be driving all over Melbourne. I'm from the Southeast, guys. So that's, yeah. No, I love you.
I love you so much.
Please get up and do it because I would.
Do you want to get married?
No,
Today,
today-
are we getting married today or
We'll
what's
go to the
happening?
courthouse immediately.
No. They saw you were looking at a hotel and planned a weekend getaway
I
at
love
the
you.
destination.
Don't even finish the sentence. I suck at taking holidays. I suck at taking breaks. Yeah. But consult the Google Calendar for the dates because it's full. So consult. Yeah.
Okay.
So like
you gotta be considerate. You want to do something nice, be considerate.
Yeah. Schedule full. So.
Yeah, I hear it. There's only one piece left. Do you want it?
Oh. Yeah, I love you. That's cool. Like, especially
So if it's not I love you, if it's the you're not my man it doesn't mean I don't like you. It just means that was nice, but it's average.
yeah, like,
Like that's not it's I like that you did that, but that's not like the thing that's gonna make me.
you know what? Yeah, like, let's put that in the, like, you're not my man. Because, like, as much as, like, that's cute and whatever, like,
Am I gonna remember that?
Like, yeah, like
I feel
low
that
key,
too,
low key, like that should just be like, you should just be doing
Are we
that.
the same person?
Yeah.
Because you really should just be doing that.
That's
Why are we
what
fighting
I'm
for the
sa-
last piece?
That's what I'm saying. Especially if it's something like, I'm a cheesecake fanatic. If
Yeah.
I love cheesecake and that's my thing, please do not take the last piece. What's wrong with you?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That
But
is
yeah,
crazy.
No, I'm for that. Yeah, no. But like, yeah, it's a bit like, whatever. It's
Yeah.
neither here nor there.
Yeah. I noticed you were making content, so I bought you a camera.
Oh, I love you. That's such a like thoughtful thing when someone's like actually like paying attention like that and being
Yeah.
like, you know what? I know that this makes you happy. I know that this is your passion, and let me like help you fund your dream. A1.
Love it.
Yeah.
They sent you a long, heartfelt message about how much they appreciate you.
You're not my man.
Oh my God. No,
you're
because
not
I
my
hear it. It's sweet.
Nah, thank you. But what
Yeah.
like one, it's giving love bombing slightly.
Okay.
Just a little bit.
Yeah.
Just a little bit. Also, like there's ways that you can show me appreciation that aren't like
That's okay, but it's just not
crazy.
your love language.
It's not
and
like
I hear
crazy.
it.
Yeah.
It's
It's nice though. It's nice to be appreciated. Maybe just not like that, you know?
I get that. I'm the same as you. I feel like for me it's sweet. It's not something that would make me like I'm not thinking about that all week.
It's not sticking in the mind.
It's not sticking in the
Whereas
mind.
like camera, like I'm
camera,
fuel.
petrol,
Fuel.
petrol. You're filling up my car.
My man filled up my petrol and he
Crazy.
bought me a
Nah,
camera.
like, thought about me.
I'd be
Thought about
like,
petrol.
your man's not doing what my man is doing. Like that's crazy.
Are you joking?
Crazy, but no, it's sweet though.
They always rest their hand on your thigh when you're chilling.
Ooh, I'm so on the fence on that. Let's say like you're not my man. It's only because and people will know me for this. Like on the PDA front, like it's really got to be timed.
Yeah.
Like you really got to know you really got to know where you sit.
Yeah.
But that's cute though.
Yeah.
But like always crazy.
Yeah.
Always is crazy. Time and place.
Yeah. Okay. They stay up late just to talk to you, even though they know you. They stay up late just to talk to you, even though they have to be up early in the morning.
I love you. I'm a yapper. All of my past partners have done this for me, and I really appreciate it because I do be like in the middle of like asleep, and I'm like, so like, what do you think about like this thing about life or this conspiracy theory or like?
And
what do
you've
you think
given
about
me
this?
your full undivided attention too. It's
Love
not
it.
like you're here just to be here. Like you actually want to be here.
Like I love that. I love when people just let me like be and yap and
Yeah.
like yeah, that's cool.
I love this. So based on what you've responded, I'm gonna guess.
Slay. Okay, here we go.
I want to say it's acts of service and quality time.
Yes.
Period. No, we're the same.
Oh, are we?
Yeah.
Love.
But acts of service is top tier for me. Like do things for me.
As an eldest daughter,
Maybe that's what
ethnic
it
household,
is.
I need it. I tell people all the time, I need someone to take away the pressure when I come from home, like when I come home, because like there's so many pressures in other aspects of my life. So
Yeah.
if you like cook dinner or like you did something for me that I've been stressing about or like pick something up, like anything like that for me, that says so much.
Yeah.
That says so much
I know.
about a person.
I fully agree with you. It's the consideration.
Oh,
Yeah. It's the
love to be
consideration.
considered. Love to be
You're
considered.
thinking about me, you know?
Also like shock because I'm like, me.
Who's doing I know.
For me, like that's crazy. Like thank you. Like I
yeah.
appreciate that. That's crazy. Like
And it's also like I'm so used to being the person that's like
A1
thinking
in
10 steps
control.
ahead. Okay, yeah, in control. Da, 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 da. I want to switch off.
that's
And
exactly.
if I can openly do that around you, like that makes me feel
I want to be the baby
thought
because I don't get
I just-
babied in all other aspects of my life. So
Yeah.
when I'm with you, I really want to be the baby.
100%. I'm with
Please.
you. I'm
Oh,
with you.
I'm so for that. I love that we're the same. That makes me happy.
I felt the energy.
We're like, in
babe.
fact, I was sitting there, I was just like, no, I feel like we're on the same wavelength.
100%.
I love that though.
All right, so we're going to move into basically the bulk of it. Listen, you're a yapper. Like I said, I want to do some pop
Unfortunately.
culture moments with you. And just-
Unfortunately for everyone.
I love it. So
Good.
we're going to chat a few pop culture moments. The first one I want to talk to you about was the Kendrick Super Bowl moment.
I love this moment. Let's be honest.
Really?
I love it. Do you know what? We needed something exciting to happen. We haven't had exciting drama in so long. Like from notable
This drama
celebrities.
was so random to me. Like it was just like an ongoing. You said I don't care.
It's so
Just let it
random.
be.
Let it be. Allow it. Drama that's not ours, guys.
Drama that's not ours. Drama that's free. The way that Drake is getting dragged online, everywhere
Do you
you
know
go,
what,
it's
though?
like he's just getting.
I was thinking about this though. Like in a lot of ways, I don't feel like you get dragged unless there's like a bit of truth behind that.
Facts. And I was thinking, I'm like, is he just an easy person to hate on? Because there are people that are just easy to hate on,
This
like
is true.
successful, light-skinned man, good looking.
It's an easy target.
Easy target, confident, and like just doing really, really well. Like I wouldn't say you're the greatest rapper of all time. You know what I mean? Like I wouldn't say that. Like there are performers and there are artists, right? And he's definitely on the performer side. Let's be honest.
Look, those
And
like concerts are
businessman.
lit. Like they look
Fire.
unreal.
I wish I was there. Like,
yeah,
it was
they
a
look
good time.
insane. But like,
But I just feel like, yeah, is he just an easy target? But then I guess obviously Kendrick being someone that's really like, I'm talking about the beef. I'm not even talking about the Super Bowl. I guess he's like really in the culture.
I feel like people forget where the beef originated from. By the way, like I feel like
I'm like, do I remember where it
so
originated
like
from?
because like originally, like prior to this, Kendrick like years ago was taking shots at just rappers in general.
Yeah.
But then it like, quietened down for a little bit, and then all of a sudden him and Drake and J. Cole were like, oh yeah, big three, and like and then mentioned Kendrick. And then he was like, it's not big three, it's just big me.
Yeah, period.
And
he had to stand on it.
He had to stand on business, and as he should. So then the onslaught began.
Yeah.
But like I said, like it's not just those two rappers. It's also the producers in the room. It's the women. There's so many like varying factors around these people. They're constantly hanging out with an entourage. People talk. So clearly there's got to be a little something to the beef, because like
no I think there is some there's truth to the beef for sure, you know what I mean? I do. There's also like, I don't know the logistics around like everyone talking about
we don't know,
you know what I mean?
We don't know what
you know
it's
how
really
he's
like.
sued and there's this and there's that, and it's like, okay, Kendrick is so big, like what is it, a record company or someone that pushed obviously his music?
Yes.
I don't understand all of that. I don't know what's going on with all of that, but I do think there's some truth to it. Also, I don't think that you can be so deep into the industry, so successful, and like not have any skeletons. I'm sorry, I just don't believe that.
It's also like clever. Like it's like the actual like rap is like clever.
Yeah.
Which I was
And
like, it's interesting to watch.
Yes, it blew up, and the fact that he was like at the Super Bowl and he performed, that is crazy. This man had an A on his neck. This man had an A
But
on
it's
his
for
neck.
a brand. I looked into it.
Okay, what?
It's for some sort of brand that he owns.
But you
or
don't think that it was
something.
intentional? I feel like this man is intentional.
No, it was some sort of brand that he owns, like, and it's like the logo of it. But, and I
Okay.
was like, okay, so that disproves that. But I also was like, what is that? But no, like it's just interesting. It's an interesting. The whole Super Bowl performance in general was fantastic.
Interesting. Yeah. He's an artist. He's truly an artist.
Truly.
But I was watching an interview on The Breakfast Club, and they were talking about how Charlemagne was like, I don't think he should have like
Brought the beef to the big stage.
not even brought he shouldn't have performed that, because it made it like, obviously he won.
He won 5 for this song, which I'm
Was
pretty
that
sure.
5 for this song?
He won 5 for this song, and Drake has won 5 in his whole career.
There you go. So
that's
which is
which
insane.
is crazy.
Which is insane.
Which is crazy.
Which is also, it kind of speaks to, yes, the song is great, but he's had greater songs, and I think it's obviously like
It's hype.
it's clout. Yeah, it's like it's
hype.
hyped. It was a moment in pop culture.
Absolutely.
Everyone's gonna remember this.
And that's what you want to create, a moment.
It is, yes.
As an artist, a lot of the time.
I
And
don't think so.
conversation, though.
Actually, I don't think so. I think at the
Really?
end of your career, you don't want to say I created a moment. I think
No,
you want to
you wanna have
say
a
like
lasting
I've had a
legacy.
lasting,
You do wanna
yeah,
have a
for
lasting
sure.
legacy, for
And I
sure.
think Kendrick has that. And so Charlemagne was like, I feel like the Super Bowl made this song the moment for Kendrick, when he is so much more than this,
He
which
is
I
more
get.
than- you know what? That's a good point.
It is a good point, yeah. But then also, the other guys were like, I don't know if he could have performed at the Super Bowl and not
With
performed that
I
song.
agree.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
wholeheartedly
I feel like
agree.
people would have been waiting for that.
Well, I think they'd be like, cop out. Like, you didn't.
Yeah,
they'd
yeah,
be like,
yeah.
come on. Like, you bring the beef. You're happy selling the record and whatever, but like when it really comes down to it, you won't perform it.
But I think there's
getting
words
sued.
that he was getting sued. I think he left out. Someone was like, if you're gonna stand on it, he didn't say the word pedophile or something like that. Like, well, that was actually in the song. And they're like, if you're gonna say it, if you're gonna do it, say it. You know what I mean? Stand on it.
Stand on
But I think
business,
also
yeah.
legal reasons, blah blah.
You also gotta be. It's also like public TV. You know, like it's just like there's a lot of things you can't say. You can't swear.
Yeah.
Like you can't swear on that.
Yeah.
So like there's a lot of things you can't say just because it's TV, no matter who you're talking about and what you're doing. So
Do you think if he didn't do this, if he didn't put out the record, You're Not Like Us or Not Like Us, he would have gotten the opportunity to perform at the Super Bowl?
it would depend when the offer went out. Like I don't know if like, and it depends when the song came out.
True.
Because like if the song came out,
Do you think it
lot
comes out-
later
'cause the
than the
song came-
offer? Do you know what I mean? Like, if,
Obviously, yeah.
so
But
like,
do you think how much time do you think they give people?
I don't know. You know what? Like, if that is the case, and like that really solidified him as the artist and whatever,
So
hey,
be it.
A win is a win.
I
Yeah,
hear it.
A win is a win. Sometimes you got to take it for what it is. Allow it. But,
You're not wrong.
But like, also, like, I guess like it is kind of crap that it is on like the back of someone. Like, that's kind of like eh.
Oh, I didn't even see it like that.
It's kind of like it's kind of like a bit icky, do you know, like that particular song. But also, it is what it is, you know. Like,
it really is what it is. If you have to just
also,
ride the wave.
You also have to capitalize where you can. Like, opportunities and moments like this don't come often, and like sometimes, like when the opportunity arises, it's up to you. You either seize it or you don't. And if you don't seize it, someone else will. So really, it is what it is. And like you would do it too for a check. And so really, that's where
really,
we're
can
all
we all
sitting.
just sit down?
So I think collectively,
Just
we
shut
should
up.
all shut up.
I think it's just so easy to hate.
It
It's
is-
so easy to
oh.
hate, and it's so easy to jump on a mic and have an
Kendrick-
opinion. I'm
Kendrick
sorry.
Kendrick showed us, look, when they go low, we can go lower.
Yeah.
To the basement of hell.
We love the
But-
pettiness.
To the
came
basement of hell
out.
if you really want to be, like, if you want to go there.
Yeah.
But like, also, it is really easy to be a hater. I think that we can all get into that cycle where it's like, you know what, we can talk smack left, right, center, who cares? For the smallest of things, for people you have never met, for people that you think you know. So then it's like, whatever. Like,
For people that you have never met is real. Like, you just want to have an
especially if
opinion.
you have an
on this
online
person.
personality, everyone's got an opinion. Whatever, everyone's got a hater somewhere. Someone in your high school is looking at you like, interesting.
Yeah.
Like, everybody's got a
Yeah.
hater, and so be it. I've like never let that faze me. And
Yeah.
what?
And you shouldn't.
Unless it had some valid beef behind it, like I would be like, whatever.
Who
I guess,
are you? Like, I love
guess-
that you're thinking about me.
I guess you're not my person.
Yeah.
That really sucks.
Yeah.
I wish you well.
Yeah.
Goodbye. And that's what, you know what? And that's what Kendrick is doing with Drake. He's like, well, you know what? You're not my person, so I'm going to drag you across it.
I'm gonna drag you across the entire. I'm gonna drag you across
At
all
the
of America.
largest-
What do you
at
mean?
the largest
in front
event.
of America.
At the largest event that you could possibly have. Crazy behavior. But hey,
This man was in Australia. He had to escape.
the fact that he was in Melbourne at the time,
And people were doing crazy. Did you see he pulled up to Summer Jam? And people
Oh,
were,
I saw that.
And people were like, I'm like,
firstly,
people-
why are you at Summer Jam?
Apparently there was a guy,
Crazy.
one of the guys that was like performing at Summer Jam. He was an American artist, basketball player.
Love that for him.
Told him to come through, and
Okay.
Drake just came through.
And you came to, you know what?
To be fair though, think about it. You're in a city. They have like this big basketball tournament happening, one of the biggest ones in the city. Like,
Also, like, Melbourne is a place to be. I'd be saying that. Like,
She's a Melbourne
is
stan.
like,
She has said
Melbourne is
that.
the place
We love Melbourne here.
especially it's in summer. We actually have things to do, and it's fun, and it's like sunny, and the vibe is correct, and the people are fashionable, and they're dressed well.
It's a
and
good time. You
it's a
are
good
right.
time.
You can't hate on Melbourne.
I will always say Melbourne in general. It might not be the one, but Melbourne summer.
Melbourne is I think
actually
Melbourne's
unbeatable.
a livable city overall.
Yeah.
I love Melbourne.
If you want to love it, it'll love you back.
Yeah.
Like, but if you
Exactly.
if you
fight it,
don't want it, that's also cool. Like, it's not for everyone. Just like any city. Like, I'm sure there's a place out there for you. You know, like that's cool. Me though.
okay. Let's get into the next topic. I want to quickly talk about the Anna Paul drama.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah, I don't know, for people who don't know, she's a content creator. Is she still an OnlyFans creator?
I believe so.
Yes.
And because that's where the
drama started, yeah, or like was about. And yeah, basically she has a friend called Michaela Testa.
like they're not even friends like that no more.
They're not friends now, but they were friends
At a time.
Michaela, came online and basically exposed her for all the things she had been doing, and she addressed a few things. Obviously, she addressed her like really horrible behavior just in general towards people, towards her fans. Addressed her, I don't know, like the feeling broke. Like she talks about how she grew up broke and she didn't have all this money and blah blah blah. But
And it all
really,
stemmed
her
from
parents,
this like lottery situation where she was basically being like, if you want a chance to win X amount of cash, you need to subscribe to my OnlyFans. And
Yeah.
like a lot of these people are like quite young. Like,
yes.
and
So
I
she's
have-
exploiting a
I have
lot of
so
her fans and her
many
audience.
opinions about this. This is crazy.
Yeah.
There's so many opinions about
She's
this.
basically exploiting her fans. She's got a really solid, like, young audience, people that just absolutely love her. She's got a very bubbly personality. And so, yeah, she's telling a lot of people to subscribe to her OnlyFans for X amount of money, which, again, like, you're exploiting young people. And then those were the main three things that I feel like she addressed, right?
Pretty much. There's so much like that you can unpack here. Like,
I wanted to talk about like obviously the exploiting her fans, her talking about feeling broke but not being broke. I think is a crazy statement to make.
well, the whole apology, point blank.
It's just, yeah, like it was just very much like
Talking for the sake of
sidestepping
talking.
and not taking accountability for
It was
anything.
very much talking for the sake of talking.
So when I first saw it, I was like, I personally, like, to be honest, sometimes with these content creators, like, I'm not really around it. I don't really care. Anna Paul was someone I liked. Like, I didn't really watch her content, but I'm like, oh, cute vibe. She's a bubbly girl. She's
go
fun,
after her, babe.
whatever. You know what I mean? Every time I was always like love towards her, but I don't like watch your stuff.
Yeah, I don't watch her either.
Yeah, but I thought she
knew
was
of
a
her.
bubbly girl and fun, you know? So when I saw this, I'm like, okay, is someone trying to tear this girl down? Like, let's actually see what's happening. I watched Michaela's video and I'll play it. I think I'll play it here because like we don't need to play it now because you've watched it.
Yeah, I've watched it.
But I feel like it was so genuine. Like, I think there was a lot of things that she was talking about. And you really never know, actually, let me say that. You really never know what people are like behind closed doors.
Props to her for writing it down.
We don't even know what she's like, though, to be honest. If we're going to be very honest, we actually don't. And so I'm not going to say she's like the one that's honest.
We only see like the 5 seconds of her day online. We've got no
so
idea.
We don't know. And I feel like, I don't know, even watching Anna Paul's, it's kind of a good reality check, like, as well. She is she has a persona online, you know what I mean? All of these creators do.
And it's a defense mechanism. You have to.
Yeah, you have to almost. You can't just, you have to be authentic, but there's always going to be like a level of that.
To a point.
Yeah.
Like,
and so it was interesting. The sad part is she's such a self-love, like, advocate. Like, she's always talking about, you know, loving yourself, loving your body, being who you are, being this. And it was sad to hear that she is, like, you're putting one message out, but then you're not practicing it, babe. You're doing the complete opposite. Like, you're tearing your fans down behind their back. They'll walk away, you talk about their body, you're doing all these things. I think that's really sad.
I think especially if you hinge your whole brand or like a good portion of your brand on the self-love piece, but then you are
a certified hater
about stuff like that. Though, like, in a lot of ways, like, I guess, like, a lot of people say unfavorable things, you know, at times. So I'm like, oh, I don't know, man. Like, I guess in a way we are human, but also you are a public persona. So like, there's a lot there. And
there's a level of responsibility. You
hinged your brand on self-love and you hinged everything on your fans. So I think there's a lot of responsibility there. And you kind of have to take that.
You have to take that. I feel like if your brand is that, and also like that's what you do for work as well, like have some like...
There's so many things, like, even like the lottery situation, I think so the difference between Kayla Jade, who is another like OnlyFans like TikTok creator and stuff like that, the difference between her and Anna Paul is that Kayla Jade's TikToks and her OnlyFans are very much tailored to an adult audience. The same audience transpires across all of her content. You won't get mixed up. Whereas I feel like the TikToks that Anna Paul produces are leaning towards a younger audience, but then the stuff that she's posting on other platforms doesn't lean that way. And so when you try to carry your audience over, that's where you get misconstrued. Yeah. And like, so that's why I think that like
you have a responsibility to understand your audience,
and then tailor the content accordingly.
But she knows that. She knows who her audience. She knows who her audience. Like, she knows her audience. She knows that, you know, they're kind of vulnerable. You are exploiting them because they do love you.
And you have a skincare brand. They're going to purchase that. They've got the disposable income.
They're going to apply for that lottery. They're going to do these things and spend the money. And I think she understands that but doesn't really care.
Yeah, and that's what I think ultimately, like, that's just the thing that kind of let
morally,
her down.
Like, it's not, it's not
and
right.
So, like, now, like, getting caught up in this, like, I think you really got to make sure, especially when you have a brand that big, you really have to make sure that you are tying up your loose ends and making sure that everything is good. Like, and making sure that you are carrying throughout. If there is something that you are putting up online that you can't uphold, maybe it's time to shift back a little bit. If you can't uphold it, maybe like distance a little bit.
This is what we were saying though before. Like, I think there are some people that just do things to do or talk to talk, and you're not really thinking. You're not thinking strategically, and you're not really thinking long term about like what this is going to do, how this is going to stain your brand. You're just doing it because it makes sense.
Is this going to pigeonhole you? Is this going to make it really difficult for you to like branch out? Is this like putting you in a place where, you know, you might just be stuck between a rock and a hard place at some point because, you know, you're not matching up your values. You got to be, I think that's the content creation though. I feel like you got to really have some strong values if you're going to get into like a business
100%. Because it's just it's kind of lawless at the moment. I feel like anything goes and people will just go with what sticks.
And you don't have to crazily voice like what your values are like that unless you so choose. But I do think that if you do voice them, you really got to make sure that you stand back behind that, or distance yourself. Like
Yeah.
it is what it is. But it's a lawless land.
Yes,
It's
it
tough.
is. How do you feel about the whole like I feel
feel broke.
You know, so this is why Australia is gonna forever be the funniest country, like jokes all the time. Because how are you remixing the I feel broke in the club?
Do you know, that's so classic. That's so
That's
classic.
peak Aussie culture.
No, it's not even peak Aussie. It's peak TikTok. Like just being like, you know what? Let's remix this apology. Why
What's
not?
going on?
Why not? When in Rome, like why
Am I
not?
saying- but do you feel like you can be rich and feel broke?
Like you're feeling broke versus my feeling broke.
It's
must
very
be
different, babes.
I'm talking like one day.
really-
I'm talking one day before payday, and I can't like I'm putting $10 on the fuel.
Yeah.
Like I'm talking. That's my like I feel broke.
But do you think you
You're-
can grow up like? Okay,
You're
let's-
talking. I'm gonna have to pick the like cheaper Balenciaga.
Yeah.
Over the like.
I might have to fly business, not first. Damn.
We're in different tax brackets, baby. That's
But
crazy.
like I think so. There was an Maggie Zhao. Who
I
think
love
I
Maggie.
love her. She put
Shout
out
out
an
to Maggie
article.
Zhao.
She put out a video and she
My
was
queen.
talking about love Maggie here.
Real.
She put out this like a video about it, and she was like, there was an article from the Uncut, and they were talking about how 4 in 10 American millionaires say they don't feel wealthy, and it was I think it has to do with like maybe new money or like you're new into wealth and things like that, and so
But also, it's lifestyle creep.
lifestyle what?
It's lifestyle creep. I worked in finance. Let's go. Because this is,
okay.
I'm a finance rep. Like, this is what happens. You start earning a certain kind of money.
Yeah.
And then the lifestyle starts ramping up.
You need to chill with that. So it's like your expenses don't need to go up because you're making more money.
Literally.
Yeah.
I've heard like, I can't remember the rapper, but they were like, oh, my first album, I made like X million dollars, blew that in a week and a half. A week and a half.
Actually, there was a content creator. She's a finance content creator, and she was talking about this. And she was like, there was athletes. She's like, there are people that are just so poor with their money, making £100,000 a week, babe.
I've seen them.
And they will spend that, like they will spend like a majority of that. So they're athletes, this and that, and they just blow it.
Like I worked in wealth management. Like
Yeah.
there's so many people that like have the funds and then they're like, I cannot buy a house. And I'm like, you earn like 6 times, if not more than what I earn. That's crazy to me. And like then you look at like their expenditure and that's where it all adds up. Because they're like, I can't possibly like, what is this? And what is this subscription? And what is that? And do you need this many cars that are all leased? And what is this?
Get
like,
a
you don't
planner.
realize that's what it is.
But I do also think there is a scarcity mindset, and I think that sometimes if you come from like for example, if we were to all of a sudden now become millionaires, right? I think it would be hard to break out of the mindset of like I'm rich now or like I've got money now, and it's like you feel like you've got all these responsibilities, you feel like you've never really had it before, so you're like, how do I manage it? And I do think that there's this feeling of like how do I sustain this? Like the fear of am I going to lose this money
Some
is
people
real.
get financial advisors off the
Yeah.
bat because it's like, how do I sustain this? It's like even like payouts from when you have an injury.
Yeah.
Similar thing. They're like, well, I've been injured and now I'm never going to work again. And so like, how do I sustain that? It's
Yeah.
a real thing. So
Yeah.
then this is how they like have to plan ahead. But people don't plan ahead and they think they can manage it. So
Yeah.
then this is what happens. You fall into weird places. So when she says like, I feel broke, like it's just a mentality, like la la la, I'm like, I do in a lot of ways think that was her trying to really pick up the pieces here from this apology that was already falling apart as it was, and like just trying to really stick it together and be
Yeah.
like, look guys, here it is, like
Yeah.
here's the apology, like at the end of the day it's like
I gave you something. Yeah.
like, but at the end of the day it's like, babe, this apology is in shambles because
Yeah.
you're not addressing line by line the issues that have been presented.
She needs someone on her PR team.
Write it
because
down.
It's crazy.
Why didn't you write it down? Point by point. Why did you not go through it point by point? But you know what? Look, I think that when it feels a little bit guilty as charged, not saying that she is, allegedly, but like if it feels that way, I think in times like that you panic. And so
Yeah.
then you just start focusing on things that don't matter to deflect. And so that's where this whole apology...
Fact. She's talking about noodles and this
the
and
pasta
that.
and the noodles, babes, no one cares.
It's okay.
But that's okay. That's you. That's fine. Like
Yeah. Hopefully this I think she has the solid fan. I don't know actually. Like
PR and crisis teams, invest in them, I beg. Thank you.
All right, let's move on to the final segment. We have a dilemma here. And we get dilemmas from our listeners sent in every week. The dilemma starts off by saying, am I shallow for ending things over a hairline? Can we just
Not both
pause?
of us be like,
Okay, so I need some help because I feel like a bad person. I started talking to this guy and things were going well. He's cute, the vibes were right. the vibes were nice, solid 7 out of 10. So I wanted to get to know him more. We went out on a few dates and I noticed he always wore a hat, but I didn't think much of it. It suited him. It seemed like it was just part of his style.
Okay.
Then one night things got a little more intimate. We were kissing and the energy was right and everything was going smoothly until he took his hat off.
Ooh.
Sorry.
Ooh.
It was like,
get to it, girl. Like,
sorry,
what? I'm on the edge of my seat.
Sorry. It's like, yo, it was like I was looking at a different person. His hairline was non-existent. I don't want to sound shallow, but I just couldn't stop looking at it. It completely threw me off. I'm so sorry, sis.
Thoughts and prayers.
I'm trying to get through this.
It's giving like Kiki Palmer, like, I'm sorry to this man.
Since then, we've hung out a few times and he's genuinely a nice guy, but every time I see him without the hat, I just feel like I can't unsee it. Now I'm wondering, am I being shallow or should I just get over it? Or is physical attraction something I shouldn't have to compromise on? Help.
This is simple. This is simple. This is a lot simpler than if you're not attracted, that's the end of it. Because
are you not attracted or are you not attracted to the hairline?
Doesn't matter. It's all in the one package.
Wow.
What do you get?
It's
like you can't
separate,
babe. You can't separate the hairline from the rest of him. Like, what are we doing here? Like, it is what it is. So at the end of the day, are you attracted to him or not? If the answer is no,
what if there are things that they can be like? Okay, I'm a believer in if things can be fixed, right? And this is like your person.
Yeah, but you're not fixing it.
Yeah, but like he can.
Yeah, but does he want to?
We can ask him. Can we ask him? Like, what if what if he is really a great guy for her?
Okay, but that is
Let's
like,
say, for example,
that is like,
this
can you
was
imagine
like
if somebody came up to you and was like, look,
he's got two options.
I'm
Like,
loving the vibe.
but
More boobs. Let's fix them.
no, that's different.
Can you imagine?
Is that different? Am I double standard? I do have like double
I feel
standards.
I feel like if you're not attracted, it's done.
I hear it. I hear it.
But if you feel like, but like also like, depending on how old you are and stuff, but I feel like life is too short to like
be with someone that you're not attracted to.
Yeah, settle for like, if you're not there, that's that. Like, if you're not there, you're not there. Like, that's cool. And it doesn't matter what it is. Like, even if it's their looks or like, even if it's like certain things that they say or certain things that, certain values, whatever, if you can't be like, oh, that's like one thing, I guess, but I'll overlook it, like whatever. And then it starts nagging you in the back.
If it's something that you couldn't stop looking at, like it's one of those things that you're just like, it's really in your face. I personally don't think I could get past it. But if I really, 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 sometimes you do things for people you really like, and maybe I'll have a conversation with him. Maybe it's hard because it's like too early on, you know what I mean? But
way too early.
He could shave it off.
Also, is that like something, like, I don't know, like, is that something you're willing to stick through? Like, is that you?
Yeah,
like,
a hairline, I think it goes two ways. I feel like you said, if you're not attracted to the person, imagine not being attracted to someone and then something goes wrong. Imagine you stuck around and something goes wrong in that relationship and it was his fault. It's like, I really stayed with this man with a receding hairline.
Exactly. So it's just like,
but I will say for the men, like I fully agree with you. If you're not attracted, you're not attracted. For the men though, if you do have a receding hairline, like it's okay to be bald. It actually is okay to shave it off.
I'm here for it.
Yeah, I think a bald head is nice.
Yo, let it go. Hey, there is no shame. And also, a lot of the time you don't realize it, but then people like finally shave it off and they look fire.
They look so good.
And you're like, bro,
or
this
some
is the
people
most
just
confident you've ever
go to
been.
Turkey.
If you want to go get that turkey hairline, don't get the turkey teeth. But if you want to go get that turkey hairline,
a little hair transplant, a little cute little transplant.
I know people that have got it. It looks fire.
Because it does add like years.
Oh yes. Immediately yes. It adds years.
For no reason.
You're aging backwards. Can you believe it? Benjamin Button in this bitch. Crazy.
Yeah.
Like, but also,
I
like,
get it though. Like, it's out of your control.
It's
Do you get what I'm saying? And sometimes it's
I just don't think it's on me to be like, oh, like sitting there and being like if I'm really harping on it like that, just go. Like, save him the time. Like, you're obviously harping on it. It's obviously a thing for you, so let it go. Don't make your problem now his problem. He doesn't have an issue with it. Leave it. Like, go
and
home.
to be fair, she said 7 out of 10.
That's what
like, that was a 7 out of 10 vibe. It was a solid 7 out of 10 means that it's like a...
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
You said 7 out of 10. You don't like this. 7,
It's
like, a 5.
I didn't mind it.
7 is a 5.
It's lukewarm.
7 is a 5. You
Yeah.
said midway.
Yeah.
Don't forget about it.
Yeah.
You're either into it or you're not. I don't understand. Like, I never like this middle ground. I'm like,
Yeah.
you're either like so for it, it's like lights you on fire, this is where I'm supposed to be, or it's not for you. It's simple as that.
I hear it. But also, like,
can't fix it.
I have an opinion on that, but we're going to yap for hours.
Because this is what we do.
And this is what we do. And you have to come back on the podcast because this is...
Somebody said part 2.
I said it.
Oh, okay.
That was me whispering in your ear.
Yeah, I got time.
That was me whispering in your ear.
I'll make time.
Thank you so much for jumping on. Guys, if you want to send your dilemmas through, please send them through. All the links in our bios. I love hearing the dilemmas every week. Obviously, the guests love talking about it. Brooke, it's been amazing having you.
It's a pleasure. Thank you for having me.
No, thank you. Tell them where they can find you.
Oh my God.
Where they can find the yaps, the conversations, the pop culture debriefs. We need it.
All my handles are at Brooke, with 2 W's. Yeah, don't ask about it. I tried to change it to my name one time. People rioted. They were like, I don't know what to tag you as because this is your brand now. So
Yeah,
we're here.
I'm like, ew. Like, even when I was like thinking, I'm like, oh, I'm going to get ew. Like, I'm like, oh, her name's Brooke. It's Brooke.
Someone will be like, is your name Ewart? And I was like, no. I don't know how to explain this.
Read.
But no, all my handles are there. If you love yapping, I always yap on my stories. That's really where I'm at on Instagram stories. I post funny TikToks time and time again. You know, I'm around. I'll be there. I might see you around in Melbourne. Come say hi. Vibe out.
Hi. I love that. I love that. Thank you so much.
Out of time. Love you.
We're gonna do it again.
Real.
All right. Bye, guys.
We'll
Thank
see
you
you
for
soon.
tuning in. Bye.